The night had already wrapped the small countryside house in silence. The wind outside carried the scent of rain. The soft rustle of leaves whispered through the half-open window. Inside, everything was still, except for the gentle sound of breathing. On the old rug near the fireplace lay Rusty, a golden retriever with fading eyes. His fur had lost its shine. He had been with the family for more than 14 years, long enough to see the children grow, the house change, and the seasons pass like slow pages in a book. The family was asleep, but Rusty wasn't. Not yet. He lay with his head between his paws, eyes half closed, listening. The ticking clock, the creak of the ceiling, and somewhere far away a train horn cried through the night, low and lonely. Rusty sighed softly and shifted his tired legs. He wasn't in pain, not exactly, but there was a heaviness, the kind that comes when even dreams grow old. He thought about the day. Emma, the youngest, had hugged him tighter than usual. She had brushed his fur and whispered something in his ear. He couldn't understand her words, but he felt their meaning in his heart. He always did. "Good night, Rusty," she had said. "Sleep well, okay?" He had wagged his tail weakly. Now, lying there, he wondered if she had meant something more. When Rusty finally drifted to sleep, it wasn't into darkness. It was into light. He found himself standing in the middle of a golden meadow. The air smelled like spring and river water. His legs felt strong again. He ran. He really ran. The wind kissed his ears, his paws hit soft grass, and his heart beat fast, faster than it had in years. Ahead of him, a familiar voice called out, "Come here, boy." "Come on, Rusty." It was Liam, the eldest son, but not as he was now. He was younger, maybe 10, just like the old days when Rusty first came home. Liam's laughter echoed through the field as he held up a blue ball. Rusty barked joyfully and sprinted toward him. Liam threw the ball, and Rusty leapt high, catching it mid-air. The feeling was pure, simple, endless. Time itself seemed to stop. They played together, just like before. The sun never set in that place. In that endless light, Rusty forgot his aching bones and his tired heart. But then, in the distance, something shimmered, a faint silver glow beyond the meadow. A voice, soft and kind, whispered, "Not yet, Rusty. You can rest, but not just yet." Rusty stirred in his sleep. His breathing slowed. Rain began to fall outside, tapping gently against the window pane. In the other room, Emma turned in her bed, sensing something. The house seemed to hold its breath. In Rusty's dream, he now stood by a quiet river. Across the water, he saw shapes, other dogs, tails wagging, eyes bright, waiting. He could hear them bark softly in greeting. He wanted to cross, but he turned back once, to see the meadow, the little house, and the faces of the family that had loved him. He remembered every moment. Liam teaching him to fetch, Emma sleeping beside him when she was scared, the father sneaking him leftover chicken, the mother pretending to be strict, but always smiling. He remembered the warmth of being home. The river's glow began to fade. Rusty lay down on the grass beside it. The voice returned, gentle as ever. "You've done well, Rusty. Rest now." The next morning, sunlight spilled into the house. Birds sang. The air smelled like wet soil. Emma woke up first. She walked softly into the living room, rubbing her eyes. Rusty was still on his rug, curled up, his fur golden in the sunlight. "Rusty," she said softly. He didn't move. She knelt beside him, her small hand resting on his fur. He was still warm, but still. Her father came in quietly, and without a word, he knew. He picked her up and held her close as she cried. Even the mother, who always stayed strong, wiped her eyes in silence. There was sadness, yes, the kind that stays for days, heavy in the chest. But there was also peace. Rusty looked calm, as if he had found the sleep he had been waiting for all his life. Outside, the rain had stopped. A rainbow stretched faintly across the sky. That night, Emma dreamed. She was running through a golden field. The air was warm, the sky wide and blue, and ahead of her, she saw him, Rusty, running free, tail wagging, looking back once before racing into the light. When she woke up, she didn't cry. She just whispered into the morning air, "Sleep well, Rusty." And maybe, just maybe, somewhere beyond that quiet river, Rusty wagged his tail one last time before closing his eyes in peace.